What's up, guys? My name is Coach Rock, and for this assignment, I'm going to be doing the vertical jump test. The purpose of this test is to help assess lower body power and lower body explosiveness. Okay, what we want to do is we want to see how much power, how much force into the ground the athlete can produce vertically, all right, and when we get a value for that number, that gives us his vertical jump height or his vertical jump number. For this particular case, we're going to be using the Vertec. We can use this test to assess the athlete's ability, their physical performance. Also, we can use it to progress their performance, understanding where they're at in each phase of training when we decide to do field assessments. It just gives us an overall general idea of how explosive the athlete is that we're working with. Now, with the Vertec, a little bit different than more of the new science and technology stuff we have out for vertical jump testing. Okay, you got things like force plates, jumping mats, there's so many new things that not only test how high the vertical is, how much velocity you're producing, your ground contact time. It gets really crazy, it's pretty remarkable. With this, it's a little more old school, but it's still pretty general. The NFL still uses it. They still use it for pro days and things like that. So with this one, guys, the difference is we're gonna measure how high the arm is from standing baseline point, and then when they perform the jump, all right, how high the arm can touch, how high the finger can touch based on which stick they tap, pretty much. So, interesting thing about the Vertec, and I only know this secret because I went through the process going through the NFL Combine and things like that. You first need to get a baseline measurement where your shoulder is. That's how they start you. Okay, what a lot of guys will do is they'll kind of tuck their shoulder down so they are able to drop this down a few inches, as opposed to extending it, right, or flexing it all the way up, to where it should be at, or at that proper height. And a lot of guys end up adding 3 to 4 inches on the vertical jump test, which is a little cheat code, but I know the cheat code, so I'm gonna let my athletes do it. So this test is mostly gonna be used with more of our high intensity athletes, sports like football, basketball, volleyball, baseball. It's gonna be more geared towards those athletes. The reason we'll do it, right, we want to assess power, we want to make sure that they're progressing through the program, If we're on a 10 to 12 week program, we'll probably test this every 4 weeks-ish or so, allow for the muscle adaptation to take place, and then we'll test, It gives me a baseline of how they're progressing, also gives them a baseline. They all get competitive and things like that, so they want to see who's jumping the highest and all that kind of stuff. So we'll do that about every 4 weeks or so. Especially when we get to our power phase, that's when it's really important, because now we've built up almost essentially 2 months now, right? About 8 to 12 weeks of strength, adaptation, fast twitch muscle fibers, everything's been working. So now when we get to our power phase, this is when this really goes into show, how fast, how much velocity, how much force these guys are producing. Some guys I've seen almost 4 to 6 inches in just a 12-week span. So it gives all coaches a really good baseline of how powerful, how much force your athletes can produce. Now, some of my protocols for testing, ground surface is important to me. Sometimes you can do this essentially on a turf field. You can do it on a basketball court. I've done it on both. You can do it on cement. Today we're gonna do it on a platform that's a little more cushiony, It's gonna help us absorb force when we hit the ground, The thing is with that is, a lot of these athletes are training a lot, they're doing a lot of volume week to week, so I want to save their joints pretty much, landing on this surface. This surface is going to be a little more, knee saving, ankle saving, hip saving, as opposed to doing it on the court all the time. So it's a style of training that I like to use. I like to train on many different surfaces, and so for this test, we're going to be using the platform. Now, when it comes to reliability and validity of the vertical jump test, I do deem it reliable. Science does as well. They've been using this thing for probably the better half of 40, 50 years, maybe even 60 years. It's almost the gold standard. Like I said, the new science and the force plates and things like that have been coming out over the last 5, 10 years. But this is the gold standard. Coaches have used it for a long time. I deem it reliable. There are some other cases that we have to account for. Things like motivation, when we're in here, where the athlete is psychologically, the environment. I'm a hoorah guy, so when he's getting ready to jump, or when we have our team in here and they're getting ready to jump, I'm hoorahing, yelling in their ear, jump out the roof, jump out the roof. Those are more of my cues that I give to the kids. Other things like shoes, things like, athletic ability. We want a kid in here who knows what he's doing, okay, who has some form or some baseline of athletic ability, okay? Or on the flip side, if we have a kid in here who's never done much before, he's never done any type of jumping, not too much lifting, okay, he comes and jumps, that can dramatically affect validity, okay? Now, I can teach that kid, right, a few different cues, a few different techniques, and now he can jump, and now he can get almost an 8-inch increase just based off that alone. So we want to make sure it's reliable and valid, so that way, as we're using it throughout our program, we know that our numbers aren't skewed or anything like that. Now that my athlete's here, we're going to go outside, get them warmed up, and then we'll head back inside for the test. So this is Gabe. This is my athlete who's going to be performing the vertical jump test today. Gabe is a wonderful volleyball player. He's very strong. He's very advanced. He's a hard worker, so he's going to be helping us out today. Say what's up, Gabe.
What's up, Gabe?
Good. So we just got done doing our warm up. We're back inside. I'm gonna get Gabe's baseline ready, and then we're gonna go through the procedure for the jump. So first things first, we want to go heel to the beam right there. Make sure he's in line. Okay, we'll go ahead and lift that arm up. Remember what I told you guys about players tucking down that shoulder. Okay, I want to make sure I get his shoulder all the way locked out. Okay, for video purposes, I had already previously adjusted his arm. Okay, so he's good here. All right, he's at his baseline. Okay, then step to the side for me, Gabe. There we go. Just face me so you can see what's going on. Take a step back, brother. So now I'm gonna take the time to explain how I want the test done. Okay. So, Gabe, what you're gonna do? First things first. All right. Make sure you're in proper alignment compared to the sticks. All right. I want you slightly behind the sticks, about 3 or 4 inches behind the sticks. All right. You're gonna start nice and tall. Okay. What I want you to do? Reach it up nice and high. Look at the stick that you want to hit. Okay. I want you to jump as high as you possibly can. I want you to see it. I want you to believe it. Okay. As you go down and descend into a quarter squat position, the arms come behind you. Okay. Into extension. All right. Once you go up again, look at it. All right. Hands overhead. Go down fast. Up, extend, tap. Okay. Notice I tapped. Notice I didn't swing. Okay. Guys tend to swing. They're not going to reach that peak height. Okay. I want you to go up, tap. Okay. I'll see the movement. I'll adjust. Don't want you to swing. Okay. Next, on the landing part, right? We land with what? Soft knees. Okay. We don't want to land stiff-legged, right? That can hurt our joints. Okay. We want to land soft knees. So as I go up, touch, boom. Okay. Land soft knees, absorb that landing. Okay. I'll mark down his number. Then we'll go for a second round. Then we'll be good. Got it?
Yes, Coach.
All right, Gabe, so really quick, before you jump, all right, I want you to just get a quick practice jump. I know we did some practice jumps outside, but now that you see it, you're here, okay? 1 or 2 quick practice jumps. All right, just reach up nice and high when you jump. Go ahead and absorb that landing, all right? Let's get it. Good. Get one more in there for me. And good. All right, Gabe, so make sure we're right, proper alignment. Okay, make sure our shoulders in line. All right, go ahead and reach up nice and high. See which one it is that you want to hit. You see it? Go down for our first prep. Quarter squat position. Arms up, reach again. Down. Explode, up. Good. So really good, not bad on this first jump. Okay. One coaching point, we want to focus on hitting the edge, okay, of the stick. We don't want to hit the front, or we don't want to damage it, okay? Sometimes sticks can fly off. If we hit this thing too center, all right, we want to focus more so on the edge, all right? Let's go up, get set up for our second jump, Gabe. Make sure you're in line. Now you see this white one here, all right? All these are out the way. All right, you visualize yourself hitting that one right there. Explode! Yeah! There we go. So Gabe just finished his second jump, and it looks like he got 32 inches, which I believe might have been higher than what you jumped last time. Is that correct? Yes, Coach. There we go. So Gabe's also in my class, so I have him during the day. So he trains with me during the day, and occasionally, depending on what season he's in, or if he just wants to come and work out with me, I'll let him work out and look like his vertical increase. So good job, man.